Why are you hitting him? Why are you hitting him, bro? What the What the Yo, why are you hitting him, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm all in your face. Why do you have his knee on his neck? Get the off of him. Why are you punching him?
A follow-up tonight to a very controversial viral video City News first brought you yesterday. It involves Durham police taking down a 16-year-old young man and using force to detain him. They then turn their attention to another young man and take him into custody after asking if he was swearing. I'm Mark McAllister in Whitby tonight next to Sinclair Secondary School, where we believe those young men actually go to school, which happens to be right next to Durham Police Central West Division, where the officers were actually dispatched from to the location close to here. Tonight, we go to police and we ask them directly why they detained a young man and arrested him for causing a disturbance shortly after he watched his friend fall to the ground and be taken in by police.
Come over here.
Yeah, write your badge. Both of you guys need to write your badge numbers.
You're not involved.
It's on the video.
Well, I need your badge number. That's what I need.
It was the moment after the mayhem.
Swear?
Yeah, because you got no.
A young man being taken by police for what they say was causing a disturbance.
Yo, why are you hitting him, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm all in your face. Why do you have his knee on his neck? Get the off of him. Why are you punching him, bro? What the
Several minutes of watching police forcefully arrest a friend, reacting and asking officers questions while recording video. Others can be heard shouting and swearing throughout.
All my friends who are there, they know their rights, so they're like, who are you? What's your badge number? Things you're allowed to ask a police officer. And then they refused to give information, wouldn't tell them.
Well, I need your badge number. That's what I need.
Friends at his school don't think he was doing anything wrong, given the circumstances. Was the obscene language enough for the officer to pull him aside, though?
I think at this point it was a totality of many things involved, and this spanned from the time the incident initiated to the very end until he was released. So I don't think it was just one word that was uttered. I think it was ongoing.
The teen was released with a public nuisance infraction. The Whitby bylaw says you can't use profanity in public or obstruct an officer performing his or her duties. You've got the other guy in custody, so why bother going to that degree?
Well, every situation is different, and I know that the officers, their priority was that one individual that they were dealing with, right? So that didn't help that this other person was shouting at officers.
Experts say there's a line, though, and arresting the young man was going too far.
They just clearly don't have the power to arrest. Police have to exercise their discretion, and I think that if you look at this situation in its totality, the discretion just wasn't there.
What were you thinking when he got taken aside?
Well, when he said, "Did you swear?" and then said, "Come over here," if I was there at the time, I would have been cussing my head off.
Oh no, that's crazy. That is crazy.
We have been told by friends that the young teens have been back at school and they are doing all right a few weeks after the fact. We do know that the mother of the first teen who was taken down has actually been speaking with lawyers to try and figure out what her next steps might be.